Welcome to the show. This is the Other Time Podcast. I'm your host, Aiden, and I'm here with the boys.
Haji.
Noma here. What's up? JQ.
Okay, so today we are just going to talk about a lot about football, the 5 weeks that has gone past in the EPL. We are going to mainly talk about what has happened in the EPL. We will predict the games which are about to happen in game week 6, and we will also talk about all the games that happened in the Champions League and the Europa. We have so much to talk about, and yeah, I'm sure it's going to be so much fun. A lot of bands and stuff. So let's get into it. I, for one, have been a little bit, entertained with the 5 weeks that had gone past, especially with Chelsea starting the season with so much expectation. I had so much hope for what Chelsea was going to provide because the preseason they were everywhere. Nicolas Jackson, Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson was here. A billion reasons. They were scoring goals. Enzo was here. Caicedo, Saga, Lavia. They were dragging Liverpool in the mud. They made good signings, but then the season started. They played against a lackluster Liverpool, and they were on top of the world. Their captain posted on Instagram as if they had 3 points. They're like, yeah, this is just the beginning. We were hoping that they were going somewhere. No, he was going to the hospital right after the game, and never to be seen ever since. Then the games went on, and then Chelsea have ghosted. The $1 billion they spend, euros they spend is all down the drains, and they have so many reasons as to why they've been so bad.
Yeah, a billion reasons.
So I feel like Pochettino might be a bit out of his league because of the expectation which has been put on him by the Chelsea fans and by the board of Chelsea because of how much they spent for him. They have backed him in every single position. He is the luckiest, both lucky and unluckiest manager in the EPL right now because they spent for him and they expect so much from him.
The way I think he's not.
How do you mean he's not?
In any coach Chelsea signs, that's the worst decisions any coach makes for a club. Because in terms of the history, Chelsea signs or does a contract with a manager, and then it doesn't last for more than 3 years or 2 years. They sack him. That's in Chelsea DNA.
So in short, it's more like being a manager of Chelsea is not a full-time job. It's a contractual job.
Exactly, yes.
Like every other job.
No.
Not really. At least with some jobs, you have something called job security. In Chelsea, you don't have it.
When you start counting the managers that passed,
that's called a big
or
club.
that managed the managers that passed Chelsea and the managers that passed Liverpool, United, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Count them. In Liverpool, you count them starting from the likes of Bill Shankly, Gerard Houllier, Kenny Dalglish. I might say Kenny Dalglish,
Roy Hodgson. Yeah.
They are numbered. But when it comes to Chelsea,
in the past 2 years alone,
it's like
3 years alone, they've had quite a number.
It's like the whole population in London. It's like they sign almost everyone in London. I don't know.
So you're saying that the problem from Chelsea, or the main problem of Chelsea, is that they are not consistent with their coaches and they keep changing them?
So wait, I would have to ask you then. So the consistency or inconsistency with managers over these, how long are you going to say? 20 years?
As far as the manager is performing.
No.
Whether
the
he performs,
inconsistency or the number of coaches we're talking about. I'm asking what's your timeline? Because I will also break it to you that
as a manager,
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Is among everyone else. So I guess that's a winning formula. It's called not settling. You should try it. You're a Liverpool fan.
Okay,
you should try it because you went 30 years without winning anything, right?
Okay.
So maybe stick
without
with one.
winning the Premier League. not
Okay.
anything.
Well,
Get
I'm
your
not
facts
gonna
right.
call Carling Cup something or
And Champions League,
or
Okay.
coming
or the
back
Champions
3-0
League,
against
Okay.
or the
okay,
Champions
let's give you
League.
the Champions League. They will give you the Champions
Thank
League,
you.
but minus the Champions League, really you've been
Uh,
an eighth club. You know, keeping the same manager. I don't think. See, at the end of the day, football is about winning, right? All these other things, semantics. It's about winning. We've won the most. So go on to your next point.
So that means this season we shouldn't really talk about you because you've not won anything.
I mean, nobody who has won something.
No, I mean games. You just won one game against a newly promoted side in
Yeah, but we're talking about trophies. You don't have a trophy.
How
I don't have
how
a
do you
trophy.
win a trophy? By winning games.
No,
If
Last season you didn't win a trophy.
Last season you didn't win a trophy either.
Yes, and okay,
And-
we could say
and my goal is when a coach wins a league
Yeah.
or when a coach wins a trophy, will you keep him or you will sell or you will sack him?
every club has a vision, and you have a vision. You know, you want to know who drives the vision. There's the board, right? We had Abramovich, who had a vision of winning, and winning, that's the only thing that matters. So if you don't deliver the winning, and sometimes you can win, but the way you win matters to him as well. And he wants to win. He always wanted to win with style. You guys know we wanted to get Pep Guardiola, right? Because
Yeah.
he wants to play good football and win. But all the managers that has basically won for him, except Sarri, never really played the way he wanted. So he was
Ancelotti
always
never played the way he wanted.
no. Okay, okay. Ancelotti is the exception. We had really good goals, and like we scored a lot of goals, had a lot of points. We were exciting to watch.
In the
But
end,
minus
in the end,
in the end with Ancelotti, we moved on because he underachieved
just
the year
say,
we hired him. So
just,
it's,
just say that you change coaches the way you
Well,
change
no,
process.
I feel like right now. I
No,
feel like right now.
no,
the-
I wouldn't say that.
I
It's
feel-
change coaches.
No, right now I feel
Yeah.
like the same excuse that Chelsea fans used to banter Liverpool fans when we used to talk about the league titles is like it's a history. Right now he's giving us a history. We are talking about the past 5 weeks, the
Okay.
5 games.
all right.
I don't know why you are going to your history books trying to justify the fact that you're a small club. We understand that. We already know
hold
that.
on, hold on.
We understand you're a small club. We are talking about the past 5 weeks.
Okay.
What have you done?
You basically what you've just done here, you've moved the goalpost a little bit.
I really haven't.
No, because I responded to the changing of managers. We're talking about that over
Fair.
the past year.
All right.
And
Fair.
I had to come back within that we've won Champions Leagues, more Premier Leagues than you. We've won everything. By the way, he's a Liverpool fan, and I don't think he's supposed to be talking like this to me. Yeah. Chelsea. Anyway, but yeah.
Are you not shy? Where
So
is that?
now, if we want to talk about the past year or the past 5 weeks, then
Yeah.
okay, go ahead. I give you the floor.
Okay, so the past 5 weeks, what do you think has been going wrong for your team?
To be honest with you, there's a lot of things. I'm wearing the Chelsea jersey for a reason. I'm not trying to hide that I'm a Chelsea fan. Yeah, that's not what we do. We have high expectations. We've changed the board and the owner and
Yeah.
the board, right?
Yeah.
And the board have a vision. Now, sometimes maybe are you aligned with the vision? Because you look at the games, you look at the players that are bought, and sometimes you wonder what is the thinking behind it. There are certain players that I really love. You guys can bring out whatever player you want to bring out, and I can tell you most of the players that we have are players with high potential, for sure. When you come with Reece James, because you can argue he is probably the best right back in the world when he plays, all right? You have Fofana, who is one of the best centre backs as a young centre back.
He's not proved himself.
When he's one of the top
Come on.
upcoming centre backs.
Okay, upcoming.
Yeah.
Upcoming. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'll give-
I agree with you. You have all the best players,
No, we don't
talented
have
players.
all the best
And-
players. We
Oh,
have-
I agree with you. Whatever you are counting now, you started from Fofana, Reece
Yeah.
James, everyone
Mhm.
is good for you according to Chelsea fans, and they are the best talented players. We understand, but the question that is here on the table is, how far have you gone for the past 5 weeks, for the past 5 matches we played as a Premier League? 5 times you played, and you had all the talents, you have all the best players. Let me not say the best talents. Let me say the best players in their position, starting from the keeper to the striker, young, energetic, talented, everything. And when it comes to the field, all you're grabbing is just the L word. I don't know why. I don't know
Alright.
why. Yeah.
In the last 5 weeks, first of all, we're dealing with a new coach.
Okay.
Pochettino. Even the year Pochettino got very close to winning the Premier League with Spurs, he actually started slow. Right? So, if you know the Premier League and everything like that, I don't think you win the Premier League in the first 5. You can lose the Premier League in the first 5 weeks.
Yes.
I can concede that we won't win the Premier League now.
All right.
So you can lose it, but you don't win it in the
Will
first
you
5
make it in the top 4?
We'll come to that. So there's a new coach, right? There's a new system being put in place for the players, right? First, in preseason, there was a system, right? The 4-2-3-1. Now, when we're playing, Pochettino says we're playing still the same formation, but when you look at the games, when you watch the games, it doesn't look like it, right? Cole will, in certain games, let's say for example against Liverpool, in the first 20 minutes, he wouldn't be overlapping if he is a left back, right? That's if we have the ball, he has to overlap. But within the first 20 minutes, he doesn't overlap, and then he starts overlapping in the second half. So it tells you that it's a system that they don't understand completely at the moment, or players are playing in positions they're not used to. And if you understand football and you know that football comes with time, you're a Klopp guy. He finished 8th. He took the team in October and he still finished 8th, right? So these guys are 21 years old, 20 years old, right?
Saying Klopp's team finished 8th. If it were not Klopp who is managing that team, we could have finished 16th.
That's
a lot lower.
That's
16th
I
or
agree.
15th.
And
Way,
that's an
way,
opinion.
way lower than 8th.
that's an
and
opinion.
Yeah.
that
It's
doesn't
not a
Yes.
thing.
okay,
No,
all right.
Hold
Wait,
on, hold on.
wait,
My
wait.
points. No, hold
Okay.
on. My points that I made with Klopp.
Mhm.
Don't be hurt by it. He's still a good coach. Even though maybe I'm not the biggest Klopp fan, but it's not. I'm not calling him out. I'm saying.
All right.
He had to implement in juxtaposing it with Chelsea. I'm saying the boys need time. Injuries have hampered how well we can do,
That's true.
and him being a new coach in Poch, he's a new coach. He needs time to implement his system. The players we've basically changed the whole team again.
Yeah.
Again, because when in January we had a lot of players. In the summer we have changed those players again. We have a fresh team. If you look at our team right now, we have Malagosto playing at right back. We have Disasi. These are new guys. We have Sanchez is new.
So a fresh
Right,
team,
we have Jackson,
a fresh
it's
team,
new.
a fresh team and a fresh manager means you should be losing games to teams that you're supposed to beat.
Okay, wait. Well, the
Yes.
fact that you're a
Yeah.
fresh team, you've had the whole preseason to at least implement your idea into like the club that this is what we want to do. We want to play this style of football, and he had a say. I would like to believe he had a say in some of the signings that he made. That there's a player I want that will help take Chelsea from this level to another level. So the whole idea of yes, they are new players, so they are not performing well. It can go just as far as it's not that much of a strong excuse. The injuries I understand, but you guys signed a lot for a couple of injuries to derail the whole season.
No,
And-
we have 14 injuries. That's
Okay,
not
all right. 14 injuries.
Yeah.
Reece James, Nkunku,
Yeah.
Caicedo. These are the top three I would say might change or make an impact in the Chelsea team. Outside these three, who else?
Amando Broja.
Okay,
Okay, apart from
He is
He is
better than
no.
Jackson.
He is better than
He is
Jackson.
better
I'll,
than
I'll give you that.
He's not
Armando
proved
Broja
that.
is
He's
better
not
than
proved
Give me
that.
another
He's not
one.
proved that.
Give
He's
me
not
another
proved
one.
that.
Yes, he has. He
Okay.
played. No, he played for Southampton, right?
But
he played for Southampton, and
he
he has
is-
played the Premier. I'm comparing him to Jackson, and if I
Yeah.
compare him to Jackson, if I talk about his player profile and what he does, right, as a number 9, what we need, right, is a player who, Broja, can 1v1 inside the box. He has very quick feet. He has very outrageously powerful shot, right? So
Yeah.
he can beat his man 1v1 and get a shot off, or the ball can even come from behind him. You know those Hurricane kind of finishes.
he
where the
is
ball
good.
come and
He is
just
good. I'm
strikes
not
it
taking
well.
that away. He is
Left
good.
foot,
But
right foot on target. He's good in the air.
He's
so
strong.
He's very strong, so he can play all centre backs. So for me, as a player profile, it's better to develop a Broja in our team than it is to develop a Jackson. I have nothing against Jackson. I just think his style fits either as a second striker type of player or to be played out wide. For
okay,
his
so
1v1
you say right now,
ability.
your savior would be Broja.
No, he's not our savior. You see, don't.
No, wait. Let me land. Your savior is Broja, Nkunku, Reece James, and Caicedo. These 4 are the 4 players when they do come back from injury that are going to change
Would guarantee it will be a different team.
a different team. So when they do come back and you are still flopping, what does that say about the team?
Well, that's an opinion. I'm saying we'll be a different team.
A
I
different
don't
team, but we
expect-
still loses.
No, I don't expect us to be flopping. Now, I'm not saying we're going to win every game from there. I'm saying that we'll be a much better team, and we will. I don't know what you expect, because you guys are saying
Okay,
a lot
okay.
of things.
I
You have
like-
expectations and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and I also have expectations,
Yeah.
right? I don't know what your expectations are.
I like
I don't know
the
what
fact,
your expectations
I like
are.
I like the fact that he's not certain that they will change. Reason being,
What do you mean? What do you
okay. Reason being, this club they bought players for even as a third squad. Squad number 1, squad number 2, squad number 3.
They
so
have a
if
lot
you,
of players.
exactly, if you lose, let's say, if you lose Nkuku,
This Palmer.
There's power.
There's
They-
Modric.
okay,
See?
they are
You
not
guys-
both-
you
yes,
guys-
they are
you
not-
guys- listen,
they are not the
listen,
same
listen.
profile.
Yeah.
That
This is your
They
problem.
have-
I understand banter,
You
and
said
and-
that-
and-
you
and-
said-
and-
you said
and-
closer
and
to
there's
16 players.
and then there's football,
Goodness.
there's football knowledge, right?
Yes.
You guys know this, but I know you guys know this, but you're intentionally ignoring it. You cannot tell me, oh yeah, you take out Nkunku and then the replacement is Palmer. Are we talk? I rate Palmer. All right, I rate Palmer. As a 20-year-old, he has really good attributes that can make him really, really good, like really good. But you're not telling me he's the person that should come in for Nkunku and then take us where. Do you guys understand that Nkunku, to some people, he's world class, or to other people, he's just bordering on world class?
Yes,
so you're
he's-
telling
he's
me we
quite
take
good.
him off and then we bring a Palmer, right? Or we take him off, we bring by the way, I rate Chukwuemeka highly.
Yeah.
Well, you're not telling me you're taking him off and bring Chukwuemeka,
Okay.
and or Mikhailo Mudryk, right? And you expect the same level of productivity. Let's be reasonable here.
I wish Nkuku would have played the 5 matches they played.
Oh,
I
you'll be
wish
back.
as well.
No,
I
he'll
because he would
be.
have scored at least 3 goals.
I don't think so.
Come
Yes.
on.
I don't think so.
Come on.
Yes.
I
No.
don't think so. Your whole club didn't score how many goals? They didn't score 3 goals. Your whole club for the 5 matches. How many goals have you scored?
They scored 3 against Luton, scored 1 against
Who is
Liverpool,
not your
scored
primary
1
I
against
said-
West
Okay,
Ham.
I said
West Ham
he would have
five-
scored at
five-
least
West Ham?
3 goals.
No.
West Ham, they lost 3-1.
I did not say in the same match.
Yeah.
I did
They
not say in the
scored
same
5.
match.
No, he's
So
not
you want
talking
to
about the
tell
same
me-
match.
You want to tell me out of the 5 goals you scored for
Nkunku
5
would
matches,
be around 3
while
goals
others
by
scored
now.
11 goals, you want to tell me Nkuku can score 3 out of the 5?
Nkunku would have been around 3 goals right now.
Okay.
Why
Changing
am
it
I
to
saying
around
that?
might help me now.
Why am I saying at least 3 goals? So 3 goals or more.
How
Why
many
am I
does,
saying that? I'm
Sterling
saying that-
have?
I'm saying Sterling has 1. Sterling.
No, it's more
2.
than 2.
He has 2.
So
He has
yeah,
2.
and Nkuku can make 3 in out of those 5 games. Yeah.
Listen,
It's possible.
the amount of chances we create in a game, or not even in a game, like if you talk about like in totality, the number of chances created. Now, I don't want to go stats based
Yeah.
completely because say, oh, Chelsea is creating as many chances as Man City, da 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 da. That is not completely true, if you ask me, because quality of chances and also quality of opposition should matter. We have played, not the best teams.
Bottom half teams.
Less.
Bottom half teams.
Well, Premier League is a tough.
But
Bottom
I
half
think
teams.
you've not had a
Bottom half
real like difficult game except the Liverpool
Liverpool.
one.
We dominated.
Liverpool was terrible in that game. So
Okay.
you can
should have won that match.
you should have won that game.
Yeah.
You should have won
And-
that game.
Yeah.
They have played bottom half teams. That's just a fact. Bottom half teams.
Well, Liverpool, West Ham are not bottom half teams.
Okay,
West Ham can finish in
West Ham is an
11.
enigma. West Ham is an enigma.
Come on,
Even
West
West
Ham
Ham,
is
even-
bottom
even-
half.
Yeah.
Okay.
West Ham is a
bottom-
difficult game.
yes.
Difficult
But
team to
bottom
play.
half team.
No,
No,
they should
no.
have won at West Ham because they played with 10 men.
That's also
But West
given,
Ham is
yeah.
a bottom half
It's
team.
like you're
But
playing.
no,
it's like-
West Ham
it's
is
like
a
you're
bottom
playing-
half team. West Ham
it's
is a
like you're
difficult
playing
team to play
middle
against
team
in the
with
Premier
10 men.
League.
West Ham, realistically, let's banter aside.
Yeah.
West Ham are 7 to 9, or you can even push them 6 to
6.
No way,
Yeah.
6.
No
No way.
way.
6.
They are European
West Ham is
champions,
not-
bro. They are
Yeah,
European
no
champions.
way.
You don't have to be 6.
West Ham are
West Ham-
European champions.
How did
No.
they get
They
there?
are European champions. You can't disrespect West Ham like
West
that.
Ham
They
is
are
a team
European
from,
champions.
From,
No
from,
way,
from
6.
8 to 12. 8 to 12.
Yes.
That's where they lie.
No.
Yes.
8 to 12. You can
You
even
can,
check
I
their
said,
last
I
5
said
years where they
6
finished.
is a push. You can push them to 6. If they have a really good season, they can finish
But
6.
six,
Yes
yeah.
or no? Have they proven that?
They have.
Yes.
Once.
That is
Once.
They
West
have.
Ham.
Once.
That's
That
why I
is-
said. That's
that
why I
is-
said it's
okay,
a
that
push.
is West Ham with Declan Rice.
Okay. Wait.
That's West Ham with Declan
No,
Rice.
come on. That's
Okay.
But you
that's-
played West Ham without Declan Rice,
And-
without this,
and
what's his
10
name?
men down.
10 men down.
I mean
Okay.
1 man down. Sorry. So they had 10 men
With
players.
10
Yeah.
man, yeah, with 10 men players.
First of
how,
all,
how will you do
see,
that?
sometimes when we look at the game, we look at the scores alone. And yes, I agree that they scored 3 goals. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, that West Ham game, and we minus the Liverpool game, that first half in the West Ham game, we've not played better since. So even the Luton game, we won and everything like that. I'll be the first to tell you, it's a good thing to get 3 points in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Whenever you can get 3 points,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, that Luton performance was not the best. I don't rate that performance. The West Ham
Alright.
first half,
Good.
when we could have scored multiple goals, we had kind of tap-ins when Sterling was just going mad with the dribbles, right? We had tap-ins, we missed a penalty, Chukwuemeka should have had a second. All of these things, we come in the second half, and we were also good in the second half. What happened? Disasi tried to make a pass, right, going forward, and he missed it. Some Chelsea fans will say that's Thiago
Just
Silva.
say it woeful.
That's not
Just
on Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
Disasi made a bad pass. They get the ball, they chip it over the top, and what's his name? Got a goal.
Antonio.
Antonio got a goal
Yeah.
through Disasi's leg, which means the goalkeeper saw it a tad bit late. So sometimes people would want to blame Sanchez for it. But so moments change games, especially in the Premier League when you're playing away.
Yes.
So it's not for the lack of us not playing well or dominating the game or putting the balls in the right positions. It's just that we lack a killer. We lack a killer as a 10. We lack a killer as a 9.
Meaning
So-
you had moments.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, but
That's a
but
good thing. No, that's a
again,
good
sometimes
thing.
that's the margins in the Premier League is
West
small.
Ham used-
It's small, right?
West Ham
Yeah.
used their moments.
Haaland would have one chance in a game sometimes, and he puts it in, or sometimes he doesn't, right? But most of the time, he will be there to knock the ball in. That gives them a 3 points versus 1 point. Whilst at Chelsea, if we put a player through, like for example, I keep saying the Liverpool game, right? People will talk about different chances. For me, the most prominent chance I think about is the Modric chance that Jackson made almost 100 yards run beating Konate but with pace. I think he delayed 1 second. He should have given the ball earlier to Mudryk so he can get really good 1v1 opportunity. But he passed him the ball anyway, right? Mudryk pushed the ball forward, went around the goalkeeper. Instead of standing, he jumped, right? Most players, once you push the ball, and Mudryk being that fast, once you push the ball, right, what do you do? Around the goalkeeper, what do? You stand there, you wait for the goalkeeper to hit you, and you get a penalty. Yes? Most players, that's not even IQ anymore. It's just normal, because you know.
Yeah.
What did Modric do? Tapped it around him and jumped Alisson. Why? So sometimes you want to say, oh, it's the team not playing well or something, but that's a Man City, they don't make that mistake. Right? They get the penalty in the 92nd minute, they kill the game, and then the narrative becomes different, right? That we are a great team.
All right. We can spend the whole century talking about how terrible Chelsea are because we know how terrible they are. So I think we need to move on because they are not worth talking about too much. They are the 14th position. Let's move on to City, which you just mentioned. City, they are the favorites to win the Premier League. Everybody can agree to that because they just came off a treble-winning season. And right now, without De Bruyne, everybody thought the service to Haaland is going to dry out.
Which is everybody.
Okay, except you. Oh, okay.
Come on.
I know you felt like Haaland was still going to
Still going to score goals.
but
No,
not
KDB,
everybody
no
thought
problem.
that the same way.
Yeah, probably people would not understand how City function.
Yeah.
Thought that City will still create multiple chances with or without KDB. They're a team well rounded when it comes to people who can fill in spots. With
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva, Julian Alvarez, who's now stepping up to the plate. So yeah, I knew Haaland would still get his chances with or without KDB.
But the thing was, KDB is the main creative spark in the team. One of the best creative midfielders in the world.
He's the best. He's the best at creating chances.
Yeah.
But you don't need the best to always create chances. You can just have a guy who's good enough in a Julian Alvarez,
Yeah.
and he'll be able to pass a square pass to Haaland and score goals.
Which is now missing a lot of.
Well,
The-
he's
the- the
missing,
past
but
week
he's
he
getting the
has
chances.
been-
He's getting the chances. So the chances are still there.
Yeah.
Haaland is just not scoring them. Maybe he's off. He's not yet into the rhythm of scoring.
Really?
Yeah,
In
sometimes
the rhythm, he already has, I think,
he may have
4 or
7
5 goals
He has
or
7
something
goals
like.
in the Premier
Yeah.
League already. He's already the top scorer. But sometimes you may not be in the rhythm or in your best. You're not feeling sharp. Maybe he's not feeling sharp in the moment. Maybe he's a bit rushed.
Speaking of the sharpness,
It happens to strikers. Sometimes they have
player
confidence.
player feels the sharpness or the edge of finishing off a goal is because of the type of pass is given.
No,
Sometimes.
sometimes your team
And then
can be
yeah,
in
and
connect,
then
but you're
and
just
then,
not in
and
sync.
then the other
Yeah.
one that gives also is
Mm.
who is playing around you mostly. Haaland, I believe, why he's missing too much chances nowadays most of the time, or why he's not scoring the way he was scoring when De Bruyne was there, is because De Bruyne factor. De Bruyne is such a player whereby in any average or maybe below average player or a striker, I don't think for the entire career De Bruyne was playing, City had a flopped striker.
Yeah, Gabriel Jesus was a flop striker.
He wasn't.
He was a flop
Hey,
striker.
that's a
Gabriel
wild
Jesus
take.
is a
That's a
flop
wild
striker.
take.
He wasn't-
Listen, this is where
Nah.
Gabriel Jesus is.
Nah.
Let me explain. Let me explain it to you.
Okay.
Gabriel Jesus is a flop striker for Man City.
Okay.
Not a player,
Okay.
as a striker.
Like an out and out number
As a
9.
not number 9.
Okay.
If Gabriel Jesus, first of all, when Pep Guardiola came to Manchester City, Kun Aguero was their number 1. He wanted the senior players to be sold out.
Yeah.
And the hardest position to replace was the Kun Aguero position because Kun Aguero was still scoring goals.
Yeah.
But he just wanted a new face so that he can easily rotate the squad in the way he wants to control it.
Okay.
He bought in Gabriel Jesus to be that guy.
Yes.
Gabriel Jesus was not that guy. Gabriel Jesus was missing chances upon chances in the number 9 position. That's why he started, because of his abilities, he can play
On the
wide
wings,
sides.
yeah.
But as a number 9, Gabriel Jesus was a flop for Manchester City.
Okay.
I think the word flop is
Okay,
quite
okay,
harsh.
it's harsh for somebody who was successful.
Yes.
But he was
Thank
not.
you.
He was
Yeah.
not. He was not the guy
For
for Manchester City.
Let me tell
And
you
in
the
Haaland
thing.
coming in.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, go on.
The reason there's a difference between, okay, for Pep is a very perfectionist coach,
Yeah.
and you are given a chance as a striker, 5 chances, he wants you to score 5.
Okay, yeah.
But you know, as a striker, when he's a flop, he will miss all 5.
Okay.
But Gabriel Jesus was never.
He's not
like
a
that.
clinical. He's not a clinical.
No,
striker.
he was never a flop, but he was not a perfect striker.
Okay, yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's why I said as a
Exactly.
player for Manchester
So-
City, he
so
was not
he
a
was-
flop. But
he
as a
was
striker,
good,
as a number 9,
good.
he
Now you
was
agree.
not trusted.
Now you agree that playing.
He was not good
play-
at number 9.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
no,
That's why I
no,
called
no.
him a flop
Playing
as a
with De
striker.
Playing with De Bruyne as a striker, he will never be a flop.
I've just showed
He
you
will
that
never
Gabriel
be a
Jesus
flop.
was a flop as a number
He
9.
was never a
he
flop.
was not good.
Okay, for a Pep Guardiola,
If
when
you are
he's
good,
choosing,
okay, if-
for a Pep Guardiola,
let me ask you
let
this
me finish
question.
for you.
Okay.
Let me finish for you. For a Pep Guardiola, when he wants you to play in a certain position, no one is safe.
But
In his
Haaland is
team,
not
in his
being
team,
moved. Okay,
in his
Haaland has
team,
not been
no
moved.
one is safe.
Haaland is not
How
being
many
moved.
times? How many times
Haaland
have
has
we
not
seen?
been moved from his position.
He's dropped. We have
Haaland
seen.
is not
we
being-
have
There's
seen
only
Haaland-
one
Haaland
player
drop.
that is undroppable at City right now.
Haaland
Yes.
is not
That's
being dropped.
Rodri.
Even
Yes,
Haaland does not
Rodri.
drop. I've not
Exactly.
seen Haaland
And
being
for
dropped.
how
maybe
do you-
to that
Haaland
extent,
has
even
not
Edison.
Rodri.
Haaland has
Yeah.
not
No, no,
dropped.
no. Edison is
Edison is dropped also.
because no.
He was
No,
dropped.
no,
Yes,
rotation.
dropped, but
That was rotation.
no.
Yeah, he was
Like
dropped
no.
also. Even if it's rotation.
What I'm trying to say here is Edison is not part of the equation because it's not
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
it's
All right.
the level
all right.
that comes
Yeah.
after. Okay, Ortega is actually
Ortega
he's
is
actually
good. He's
actually
good.
but the level that it drops
It's huge.
down- Okay,
Yeah.
Ortega. Some people would actually make the point that Ortega is a better shot stopper than Edison.
He
But
is.
the quality that Edison brings with the
Ball
ball
playing
playing.
from the back,
Yeah.
Ortega is good, but Edison is like number 1.
Yes.
And
Too good.
the drop off. So it's not really are you replaceable? If I feel like if City can find a good goalkeeper, I think Edison would be on the bench sometimes.
Exactly.
But Haaland does not.
Okay.
And to tell you the
Which
truth,
game was Haaland
and to
dropped?
tell you the truth, do you think if Pep Guardiola gets Harry Kane and Haaland, let's say maybe he's earning 120k per week, and maybe they bought him the money that they bought him the day they bought him, do you think Haaland will be the first striker for Pep Guardiola?
He will play with 2 strikers.
No.
He will play with 2
He will
strikers.
choose Harry Kane as his striker.
There's a Julian Alvarez who can score. Okay, not
Julian
not
Alvarez
as
is
many-
not Harry Kane.
No, he's not Harry Kane, but
No.
he gives you what Harry Kane can give you in a game.
No.
In coming in.
No way.
That's a wild take.
No way.
That is a wild take.
No
That
way.
is
He
a
does.
wild take.
Nope.
What does Julian
He
Alvarez?
is a bit similar as in the
Yes.
fact that he can drop
He
in
can
and take
drop
the ball
in and take the
create.
ball and create.
He's a bit
And
similar,
also
but
score.
Harry
And
Kane
also
is
score.
Harry Kane is better,
Come
bro.
on, guys.
I'm not saying they're the
Nah.
same. I'm not
Stop
saying
it.
they're the same.
Harry
But I'm
Kane is
saying
a different player.
Haaland is undroppable for Manchester City.
Currently, yes, he's
He's
undroppable
undroppable.
because there's no one competing with Haaland right now.
He's undroppable.
And the money he's earning from the club, the coach has to be pressurized. The coach has to choose him. Yes.
I don't
Even
think
outside
I don't
the
think
money.
Haaland is okay. His
undroppable.
stats
He's undroppable.
his stats
He is
dictate that
replaceable.
Yeah.
he must
He can
play.
be
Yeah.
replaced.
Right? But I think if we think about Pep Guardiola and Pep Guardiola like loving ballers over like somebody who just has like one skill set,
Yeah.
Yes.
you would say Haaland is not a Pep Guardiola
Player.
type player.
Yeah.
But then because his production is supersedes
Normal.
the normalcy, so
Exactly.
so you have to kind of like you have to adjust your own set ways, like
Exactly.
you have to get out of the way
Way,
basically,
yeah.
so that Haaland plays more. But you can look at it and you see that Julian Alvarez might actually be a more Pep-ish type of
Overall
striker.
player. Yeah, that's
than,
true.
Haaland
That's
is.
true.
But I mean, the production is
It speaks for itself.
Unquestionably.
Yeah.
Haaland will be dropped. And then coming back to Gabriel Jesus, he was moved around. If you was Kun Aguero moved around when he was playing? No, why? Because whenever you play him as number 9, he will give you the chances when the chances are there, he'll put them away. Gabriel Jesus was moved around because he was not good enough as a number 9. He was not good enough at putting away chances.
Okay, the way I see as Gabriel Jesus in City shirt is because of Pep Guardiola wanting or wanting to imply his rules in the club. One thing for sure was they had a top striker. Aguero was there.
No, but
Aguero
Aguero was
was
being
there.
dropped.
He was
because
being dropped. He was being
trying to
pushed
push
out.
out.
Why
Yeah.
was he dropped?
No, he was trying to push out Aguero out of
No,
the
why
club.
was he dropped? No, not that way. He was dropped because Pep Guardiola wanted his way, not because of the play. Like Kun Aguero is there, he's always the first choice. No, Guardiola wanted his way. Guardiola sometimes might come or might line up a certain formation whereby he doesn't come with Guardiola. He doesn't come with Aguero and he doesn't come with Jesus. He makes Sterling as his striker.
True.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
But
that's his way.
that's going down to my point because
That's his
Gabriel
way.
Jesus.
That's
no,
his way.
That's not
So
his
will
way.
you say
No, it's true.
Aguero is flop?
No.
Silva was basically the best player for
Yes.
City when they won the Premier League,
Yeah.
and then he
No, I
decided
agree.
to put him on the bench. Like it's a Pep
That was just
Guardiola
that thing.
one
Yeah,
thing.
That was
Yeah.
You
just
don't
one.
understand.
Ruben Diaz
Yes.
last year and Kevin De Bruyne were sitting on the bench,
Bench,
and
yeah.
arguably they were fit. They were sitting on the bench because De Bruyne started the season on fire,
Yes.
giving a lot of assists to Haaland. Obviously, he had some small injury. He came back, he was ready, but they were on the bench. Ruben Diaz was on the. That time, City was struggling. Arsenal
Yeah.
was in the lead. City was not even second. I think they were like third. And Ruben Diaz was on the bench. When Ruben Diaz came back towards the 2023, like early, that's when consistency came with
in,
City.
yeah.
And they
Exactly.
almost never lost any game. So it's a Pep kind of way until sometimes, I feel like if that team was winning
Yeah.
consistently,
He wouldn't-
without a
yeah.
deal, he may not change because he wants to. I feel like he always wants to prove that there are solutions
Pep.
outside
you.
Yes.
We don't
Pep.
really need you in the
Yeah.
system. Okay, so moving on from a bad team as Chelsea going to a winning team of City,
They
we
always
move
have
back
to
to
banter me.
a team which has been disappointing a lot of its fans. That's Manchester United. They also had a lot of, should I say, high hopes of trying to do something, prove themselves in the league, but they've been a big disappointment. Not much of a flop, I would say, but Eric Ten Hag came into this season with so many expectations. From what they started with last season, they thought, or fans thought, they were going to build up on it, that they were going to challenge for the league, go at the Champions League and all that. What's his name? Berbatov even predicted that they would go for the Champions League or even the Premier League. But here we are, they are shaking hands with Chelsea at the 13th and 14th position. So I don't know. I think I don't really hate Ten Hag, but I'm not a big fan of him either. I think he has this arrogance around him, like a strict headmaster, which I'm not a fan of. That's me personally. I'm not a big fan of. He feels like it's my way or the highway. And right now, your way isn't working. He succeeded with the Ronaldo saga where he won the battle. So he's trying to impose that authority with every single player in his team. And I feel maybe behind the scenes, there's something going wrong we don't know yet. In a team where they've had more statements than wins, it's a struggle. You have Rashford, Bruno, you have Sancho, you have Casemiro, you brought in a ball playing goalkeeper just because your best, the best goalkeeper last season doesn't play enough passes with his foot. You change him. The main thing, what irks me about this situation is the main job of a goalkeeper is to stop balls from entering the net, not to be passing from the back. His primary role is to be a shot stopper, is to save your team when your defense fails you. But then a ball playing a goalkeeper, yes, the new system, the new modern football is all about passing 5 yards balls, all that. I think De Gea was made he was betrayed. He was betrayed. He should have at least been at the club and then brought in Onana, and the both of them will struggle for it. But to push him out, then to bring Onana, I think that was very bad, really bad. It sets a different notion or a different mentality for the rest of the players in the club. I feel that's why these are one of the many reasons why they are failing, and playing Bruno, Mount, and Casemiro. That's a whole different conversation we've had before. That's not a league winning, how do you call it, team or league leaning midfield. Terrible. Right wing, terrible. He doesn't have enough excuses because these are all players that he brought. Most of the players he has right now, he brought. Maybe again we can have the same excuse that Chelsea are using when they are losing, is that they have a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
But right now it's terrible. You can't depend on Casemiro is a baller, like a DM, one of the best DMs we've ever had in the league, in football. But right now he's old, and for you to rely on only Casemiro to defend your whole or to just protect the whole back line is outrageous. It's really outrageous.
And to score goals as well.
And they depend on him to score goals as well, and he does that. Look at how he almost saved them against Bayern Munich.
For me, the Manchester United debacle. I mean, let's start off by saying I absolutely positively love it.
I'm loving it. I hope it continues. I hope it continues.
We might actually finish above them. Hope long may that continue. But if we talk about like the game,
You want a good neighbor, right?
I mean, sometimes football is a good equalizer, right?
Yeah.
In a sense, like it was basically under Jose Mourinho and Ferguson. We're going back and forth. Now we get to watch you guys try your luck, well, not you, because you've only tried once, but but yeah, for me the Manchester United thing, right, is I bigged up Ten Hag a lot last season. I bigged up Ten Hag a lot last season of the different things he was doing and the players that seemingly were improving, like Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw looked really good. What's his name? Wan-Bissaka, right?
Yeah.
His ball playing ability or understanding of the game, you could see it improved a bit. The signing of Martinez, right? The butcher. Right. That was a great signing last year. Let's be honest.
Just for a couple of the first few games,
No.
He wasn't that good, bro.
He was good.
He was okay. He was okay. He wasn't that good.
No.
He just used his tactic
some
is
Liverpool
like
hate right
intimidation. All he does is stare down players.
No, it's part of the
No,
game.
it's a short people problem. Like, it's a short people problem. They have this issue with tall people. So when they see tall players running at him, he gets pissed and he tries to stare them down.
The last game versus Bayern, he
I
went
saw that.
into Hurricane.
You're like,
He just
yeah,
elbowed
bro.
him in the back. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Sometimes he goes over. I don't think. Okay, you're probably right. It's a short person problem, but also I feel like it's South American fire.
All right.
Romero does that as well.
Yeah.
So
Nunez has it.
Nunez has that fire
yeah.
as well. Yeah, but for me, the goalkeeping change, I feel like it was necessary. I think Onana, given all the Twitter hate and everything like that, on average, he's performing well. On average, he's actually saving them in games. He makes a lot of saves. He faces too many shots, in my opinion. He literally just faces too many shots. Now, I was a proponent of Ten Hag last year, right? This year, when I look at the system and how they're playing, I'm like, wait, something is going on.
How are they even playing?
Something is exactly like the play style and what
don't know.
like. Something is going on here. I'm not too much of a fan anymore of the Manchester United football and stuff like that, because when you look at them like fundamentally, right? So you come with Onana, which I think is a much better goalkeeper than De Gea. De Gea made them lose possession over and over again on some simple, like Martinez would give him a simple 5-yard pass where he could literally, because the striker is coming straight at him, Martinez will open. He just has to give a 5-yard pass back, but because he just doesn't know how to do that, he's nervous. He just kicks it away. It goes for a throw-in, and they lose possession. right now it's a possession game. We know that, right? So Onana is miles better with that. Even though I think Onana overdoes it for the cameras and stuff, like coming out of the box and
Then
telling
they
everybody,
do
like,
calm
go,
down.
go to the side. And I'm like, hey, bro, like,
Calm down.
there was a pass that was open
Just
5
give
minutes
it.
ago. Just
Just
give
give
it
it.
real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, but he's an upgrade, to be honest. But there are a couple of things I question about Ten Hag. Let me let the cat out of the bag. I'm a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. How they handled it, I don't like the side of it being against Cristiano Ronaldo, but at the same time, maybe he was right because I don't know. Let's forget
Yes.
about that one.
For me, the way I see Manchester United of today, or Manchester United of this season,
Yeah.
or Manchester United of after the 5 matches we played so far,
Right.
is just similar of Manchester United of last season.
Sorry,
why,
not to cut
why
you
I
off.
say
I
of-
feel like it's more similar to Ole Manchester United.
exactly because
Ole, not last year Manchester United.
exactly
Ole gonna show some.
exactly very true. Like same old story, old United team.
Yeah.
Why I say this is because that despite them finishing third, they finished third last season, right? So
They-
yeah, they finished
they-
third. They finished third. So despite them finishing third,
No,
They didn't do anything.
They just finished third or fourth.
they finished third.
Third.
Yeah, fourth
And
was
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Okay.
Second was Arsenal.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so they finished third. Despite them finishing third, they didn't do anything. It was just because Liverpool didn't play well, Spurs didn't play well,
Chelsea didn't
Chelsea
play well.
didn't play well. And then why I'm saying that? Why I'm saying is that because
They had a good
how
run
on
towards
earth-
the end there, and they did not lose. Like they didn't lose at home. Their home
No,
form
no,
was really
no,
good.
okay,
like
no.
give them some credit where it's where
No,
it's,
no,
where
where
it's
it's
due.
due.
They
know,
beat,
I feel like-
the only
they
credit-
beat Liverpool and they start.
Who?
No, they beat
in the
us
fir-
at
the-
Old
Okay,
Trafford.
okay.
They
Yeah.
beat Liverpool. You know, they started off really terribly, losing 4-0 to Brentford.
Right,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
And then they
Okay, okay.
they Brighton, Brentford, and then you know they came back
Okay, the
against
reason-
Liverpool. They had a very good run. They had to. You see, they did not start off great, and then by default finish
Okay,
third.
the
They
reason why
had
I'm
to
saying-
finish third. They had to do one or two things.
The reason why I'm saying Manchester United is just the Manchester we knew of Ole is because is that when a club signs a new manager or a new coach comes, everyone will work hard. Every player will work hard. Every player will be like, I want to be this manager's first lineup team. I want to be the first person to be chosen in my position. So everyone will work hard. And that was last season. They did their best. Everyone we saw what most of the players can do, and they were doing it just because in order to attract, they were attention-seeking players. Yeah, they were
No, I
attention-seeking
get
players.
that logic.
They were chosen. They were chosen. They did their best. They did their best because of the new coach. That is why it happened. Okay, I don't want to enter the Ronaldo saga and those stories. It happened everything just to attract Ten Hag, and Ten Hag didn't know that he has to choose those who are having the talent plus the hard work. But he didn't. He didn't see players who are doing for him. And then in the end, after you see, how will you know such a player players are doing for the coach? A new coach is that the consistency sometimes. And then Liverpool had bad consistency at once, but the consistency level, a team that shows they have a team that has a new coach, and the players are showing, is just that you are winning 2-1 at Old Trafford. You are considering 7 goals at enemy territory. Imagine you're considering at City how many goals? 6.
6-3.
6 goals, and you're winning at home.
2-1.
2-1, yeah.
You're considering goals like 4 goals against Brentford, and you're winning them 1-0 or 2-1 or something like that. So that inconsistency shows that these players were playing for the coach. They were not playing for the team, or they were not playing according to their ability. In the end, the season started. The season finished. A new season started. They played against. I think their first game was against Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolves.
Yeah.
They scored.
They were horrible.
Yeah.
They were horrible.
They were
Manchester
horrible.
United were
They
horrible.
were lucky
Very,
to
very
win.
horrible.
They were lucky to
We
win.
watched them against Tottenham. Goodness me, when you see their midfield, like you don't even think of this is Manchester United. When you see a player like what's his name, Bissouma had a terrible season last season. But we can't say okay, Bissouma is a good player. I'm not saying like Bissouma can't do that. But you have big name players in the midfield. You get me?
For me,
in the end, the way you're playing is just
For
just
United,
bad.
for United,
Very, very bad.
in
Very,
the-
very terrible.
especially in the last 2 or 3 games,
Yes.
it has been down to Rashford.
Yes.
Okay, it's the team, but they have played well. Against Bayern, they played well. Against Arsenal, they
You
played
mean
well.
the Rashford who was shining
Against
after
Bayern,
the
they
World
played
Cup?
well.
You
Even
mean-
though
I
Bayern,
was staged that they played well against Bayern.
in the beginning of the game before
Yeah, the
Onana's
game is
mistakes,
90
No,
minutes.
No,
for that
the
one,
fact that you
for-
start
even-
well, that's
even
when you
against
play
Arsenal,
well.
they played well.
Okay,
They played
I-
well.
I-
Against
give
Arsenal,
you-
they played well. But the thing is, the thing with United is if Rashford, because most of their chances are coming down to Rashford making the final decision.
But their style of play is to give
Okay,
the ball
So-
to Rashford.
No, yeah,
But
but
what-
still,
what's
wait,
making-
let me finish.
what-
Let me finish
okay,
my point.
the
Let me
question
finish
is,
my point.
according
My
to-
point is
okay.
that Rashford will be in a good position either to pass
Yes.
and he will try to go for goal.
Yes.
But then, because most of the things are reliant on him to, especially is it the Arsenal? Which game was that I was saying Rashford was missing? It's the Arsenal game. The
No,
one-
I think
Wait, which game did they just lose?
Brighton.
It was Brighton.
Yeah, he was supposed to be passing,
He was
yeah.
supposed to pass. He had like 2 nice positions where he's
Yeah.
supposed to pass. He was
Yeah.
shooting. He was going for goal.
Mhm.
If you put those away, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
The thing about teams beating you sometimes is you're not putting the chances away early enough. To set
But
the
that
tone.
doesn't apply to Chelsea. Go on. Continue.
Early enough.
Continue.
No, but they
Continue.
early enough. So for Manchester United, most of their problem has been.
you're giving people excuse.
I'm not
So
giving
far
them
now.
excuse. It's
you,
not
you
an
started,
excuse.
You started opening a door for Chelsea.
No, they,
Listen,
wait.
listen, what is making
Even in the Bayern game.
Okay,
Wait,
okay.
I let you talk.
According to what you
Let me
said,
finish my
I will
analysis.
not allow you alone. I will not allow you, sir.
Let me finish my
Okay,
analysis.
Okay.
Even in the Bayern game,
Yeah.
there was two clear cut chances that crossed the line. I think it was this guy's name starts with P.
Pelistri.
Yeah, he could have done better with his chances.
Yeah.
Because they would have been in that game. Bayern would have actually even been in problems in that game if Manchester United put away their chances. Maybe this Hoyland might take away the pressure from Rashford. And then making the team, because sometimes all you need is just that one guy you believe in, and then the whole
Yeah.
team starts clicking. So Manchester United, yes, so far they're starting the season slow, but they should do better defensively.
My
and
question
also-
to you would be overall, because right now you're judging on say that at this particular moment they should have converted here, they should have converted there,
Yeah.
against Brighton, against Bayern. Okay, cool. My question to you overall, do you think that you see something there? Do you see regression? Do you see progression? Do you see stagnation? Like what
for
do
now,
you see
For now, I'm
overall?
seeing a stagnation because of
Rashford, and that's it.
No, not because of Rashford.
What is making Rashford of after the World Cup, post World Cup. We know all of us. After the World Cup, Rashford was electric. Rashford was one of the best wingers at that time. Rashford was one of the forwards.
Let me give you.
But what happened
let
after?
Let me give you a little. Okay, this is not 100% true, but he was out of contract, so.
So he was doing it for the contract.
I am not saying
So-
that's what he was.
Perhaps
I'm
that's
just
his
saying.
motivation.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, one of the factors.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying
yeah,
he was
yeah.
out of contract, and he got I think 350 to 400k something. I'm not saying that's what I'm not saying
A
that's
good
that-
motivation,
I'm not-
yeah.
Yeah. For me,
That's your words.
For me, this club is a very, very big club.
Yeah.
It's a very, very like
Yeah, that's the last
every
point.
every player wants to play for United. Every player in Europe wants to play for United.
One of the biggest.
One
yes.
of the biggest club in Europe or
Bigger
in the
than
world.
Liverpool,
In
yes.
the world,
Yeah.
I can say. So
Right?
the only club that can
No.
compete. No, the only club that can compete with Liverpool in terms of trophies You get me?
Yes.
So
The others are just fakers. Yeah.
the, so the thing that I wanted to say is that this club can change. They can do way better than what they are doing now.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, by getting the right clicks. What are the right clicks? When asked, Eric Ten Hag was asked, "What is your best lineup?" He said, I've never seen my best squad because of injuries." That's what he said. And then the question is, why would you choose a player? Maybe let's say, I don't see the reason why he's choosing this guy. What's his name? The Brazilian, the guy who just
Anthony.
yeah, the guy only dribbles
Backwards.
air space. You're dribbling at space.
He doesn't attack spaces. No,
Yes.
he doesn't.
Yes, and then on the other hand, against Brighton, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is there. Why do you choose? What's his name? The Portuguese guy.
Dalot.
Dalot is good.
Why do you
Dalot
choose
is
Dalot?
good.
Dalot is good in terms of attack, but in terms of defense, we need someone to defend Mitoma.
But
I see your
was,
point.
but was Mitoma
Yeah.
a problem in that game?
Mitoma
It
was
was
a
not
problem.
a huge
Mitoma was a
problem. He
But
was-
when he
Mitoma
was
was-
problem, it was
Mitoma
quite
was a problem.
evident.
The problem was usually coming from the other side. I think they actually closed down Mitoma and they started
I don't-
playing the
I
other
don't-
way.
Mitoma was
I don't-
okay.
I don't
Mitoma
think-
was
But
not
they didn't
Mitoma.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
wasn't
think-
It was
Mitoma
not
there.
Mitoma.
I don't think you watched that much.
I watched the
The
game.
3 goals they scored, all of them came from Mitoma's side.
No.
No,
Tell
it
me-
wasn't. No, it
tell
wasn't
me
from
which side
Mitoma's
was
side per
Evans-
se. This
Evans
one
Farias,
wasn't
the striker, the new striker.
The Ghanaian, no, the Ghanaian.
Welbeck.
Adela-
Laporte,
Adela-
this up.
Do you
The
mean
guy
Adela-
from Chelsea. The guy, the short guy.
This
Tariq
Ghana
Lamptey.
man.
Lamptey.
Lamptey.
So
Lamptey
Lamptey was on that
yeah.
side. Lamptey was on that
Listen,
side.
because Dalot closed Mitoma.
Lamptey was the one who overlapping.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
so
see,
it wasn't
but
really
so we need
Mitoma.
someone-
That's not Dalot's fault.
Even if it's not Mitoma, Lamptey was doing his job.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lamptey
So
was
so
doing his
so
job because
so why would you be choosing?
because Dalot did his job very well
he did.
by closing
Mitoma,
Mitoma
taking
down.
out Mitoma.
Obviously, there's going to be space.
Did you know
For me, what it comes down to here is the overall is Ten Hag.
Ten Hag.
Ten Hag.
The tactics, the decision making, everything.
He's
Tactics
the
and stuff.
coach.
For me, that's what I wanted to like come down to. Like I think Manchester United, they are stuck with players that are just good. They don't have great potential. Okay, Rasmus Højlund, yes, great potential. I think.
Yeah.
They have 1 or 2 players with great potential. What they bought or what they have are good players who won't go to another level than what they are. Like, I don't see another level for Rashford. I don't.
That's
Yes.
what he is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Casemiro only goes down from that. Actually, for me personally, I never rated the Casemiro thing. When he came, he did prove me wrong a little bit
Yeah.
for the first 6 months. But again, I always saw his age. And Chelsea, we played them twice in the Champions League. And I saw the performances among young players who are not that good, and they were running around him.
Yeah.
And I knew eventually in the Premier League, he's going to be run around the same way
He's been running around.
he's been
right
run
now.
around now. But again, it comes to the coach. You have to understand your
Exactly.
personnel.
Yeah.
You have to understand who you have. Now, things might change for them with Amrabat, because if you put Casemiro and Amrabat, now you have a hardworking Amrabat, right?
Yeah.
And you can allow Casemiro to be maybe a box-to-box 8, which he's not the best at, but he can be serviceable. He can give
Yeah.
you 1 or 2 goals, headers, and allow Bruno to be further. Because even in the Bayern game, there were times where I've been saying this, Casemiro on his passes and his scanning of the field, or like the vision of the field is quite small, because it's reared its head basically against the Bayern Munich game when they needed to go forward, and Bruno, basically they split the center backs.
Yeah.
And Bruno was here trying to collect the ball from the center backs, in between the 2 center backs, to play the ball
yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
If Casemiro is that good with the passing and the range of pass, he just does that, and Bruno goes for, because
Yeah.
Bruno's a better
Exactly.
shooter
Yeah.
or he creates better when he's advanced, right? But again, I just think the fit is just not right. I want to see them after Amrabat,
Okay.
Yeah.
because if you get Casemiro, Amrabat, and Bruno,
Let's see what it is.
it's looking a little bit
Even
good.
want
Better.
Casemiro, Amrabat, and Ericsson.
No.
Bruno should play wide.
No,
Bruno should
Eriksen,
play wide.
no.
Actually, I hear that shout.
Bruno should play wide.
Because he's crossing. You play him inverted.
Okay,
You
that
play
means
him
you
in
start
better.
him there, but he comes in.
He comes
Then,
in.
no.
Leave Ericsson in the middle.
Ericsson, no.
No,
Ericsson,
Ericsson,
no.
Ericsson. I only get
No.
that shout if you say you can play Ericsson close to Amrabat, so that Ericsson can be the kind of like the dictator, and you push. Not Casemiro is not a 10. You're basically playing two flat eights, and Amrabat being the 6, and Casemiro has to drop to the be a twin 6 without the ball, and Ericsson covers the space in front of them. But when they have the ball, maybe Ericsson comes deep to come and collect the ball and spray the passes, and Bruno plays out wide because he has space and time to whip in crosses. Because
okay.
Højlund, trust me, Højlund, I think that boy in the box,
He's
The boy
dangerous.
throws his
the
ball.
boy in the box
He's
is a
dangerous.
bit mad.
He's
He's too
dangerous.
strong. His ball control is awful.
No, the ball control
His
is- I've seen him
team
run.
play. His team play is not the best.
And his hold-up play is quite good.
I've
His
seen
hold-up
him
play
play
is
for
quite good.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
and he never used to play.
the hold
Hold-up
up is
play is
good,
very
but
good.
then the when he releases the ball,
ball.
he would release
Just
the
hit
ball
it.
just behind you, and like he doesn't have the feel for the game too much. But in that box,
Okay, so that's quite
Ten Hag
okay,
needs
yeah.
to fix up.
He has a lot of work cut out for him. Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't, but
Hopefully he does after Liverpool whips them. So now to the best team in England, the mighty Reds. They have been quite shady the whole summer rebuild.
Yeah, the best. They won something last season.
Who are they?
Who are they? Who are
He said
the
Liverpool.
best?
He
Who's the
said,
best?
he said they're the best team in
England, yes, the best
Let
team in
him say
England.
what
I don't know what.
no.
the
What do you
problem-
mean? Let him say what he
I
wants
don't
to
know
say.
what the problem
What do you
is.
Did they win something?
You want
So, as I
You
was
want to
saying,
corrupt us? Do you want
as I
to-
was saying,
Do you want to corrupt us?
The best
well,
team in
as I
England.
said before, the Newcastle fan interrupted me because he's lost. He doesn't know where he is.
How did you
yes.
become a Newcastle fan?
That's a
That's
question
a
for the
whole
courts.
show. That's a
That's
whole
a
show.
question for the courts. So the whole summer rebuild, the fans not being happy with some or the lack of spending, especially with the DM and the left-footed defender. We went into the league or with the season with a 1-1 draw against Chelsea, which I feel we were lucky to come with a draw. Because yes,
Thank
we started the game brightly. We were good, then boom.
15 minutes.
Then after that, we were just outplayed. We got lucky not to lose. I was happy. Then afterwards, I think Klopp has done a lot to change the side. The tactics, second half time, we don't start our games right because still there are spaces or there are mistakes in the team that needs to be fixed. We don't start our games right, but I feel like Klopp's tactical game changes after the halftime talk or whatever he does in the locker room has improved a lot this season. Last season, Klopp doesn't change players in the 50th minute or 60th minute. He doesn't. He changes very late. But now, as soon as he sees that, no, I need to make a change right now, he does it. A game against was it Wolves? It was Wolves. When McAllister wasn't having a good last season, Klopp will still let him play after in the second half. He will still let him play. Oh, maybe he will change, but this time he's like, nah, I need to make my changes quicker. He changes the formation quicker, going from the 4-3-3 to a 4-4-2. He makes good changes, and I feel like Liverpool, even though they are not the best right now, getting the points that they need, it's something to look out for. Because when they do get the right players that I've heard that they're looking at, there will be something scary.
Who are the right players?
Currently, the Andre from Fluminense in Brazil, if they do get him, very good. Hinakape by Leverkusen, yeah, very good.
Okay.
Yes, we will not get a high-profile player because
You're not Chelsea.
I'm glad we are not Chelsea because I don't like the number 14 doesn't look good on me. I really don't like that number. Oh boy. So I think yes, we've had some lucky breaks in the past 5 games. Lucky breaks. Our next game that we will not talk about game 6 yet, but our next game is going to be a test, a big test for us.
By the way, people, this is the very first humble Liverpool fan. Continue.
It's going to be a very big test for us. I feel we have a lot to give, and we are not at our full potential yet. and I'm really hoping that we'll get all the players. Like Trent is now hopefully back. Van Dijk is back from the suspension. So with this and Konatin also being back from injury, let's see how far the team goes.
I think Liverpool did one of the worst transfers a big club does, because it doesn't happen to a big club whereby they sell 9 first 11 players or maybe first team squad players, and then they buy 4 players.
Endo.
4 players, whatever they have, 4 players, and then actually
From Stuttgart.
so as
He's not
what
that
the first one not
A low block team.
the fans were not good at the business done by the FSG group. But when I see how Liverpool are doing, it's like they're creating the second Liverpool under Klopp. So
Liverpool 2.0.
Liverpool 2, I think, for Klopp. So selling, but the idea of selling 9 players, or with loaning some 9 players, letting them go and bringing in 4 players, it's not a good idea for a big club. That means you're showing up that you are not interested in winning big trophies. Then the second thing, as far as the 5 games they played well. They played well in terms of what they have as a squad,
Yeah.
but not as a Liverpool that
No.
the Liverpool we knew.
Yeah, or what
The
we
Liverpool,
expect.
yeah, we
What's the
expect.
Liverpool I hate this.
We
comment.
have known Liverpool.
The Liverpool we know.
The Liverpool
The
we
Liverpool
know.
we know
The
who
Liverpool
ran
we know.
rampant against City,
They will
who
dominate-
beat
they will
Chelsea home
dominate
and
small
away,
teams.
like the Liverpool we know.
Yes, they will eliminate small teams. They will score with confidence. They don't rush. They
Yes.
don't rush with substitutes. They don't change tactics or the formation 3 times in one match. You understand? So the Liverpool now we are getting is a Liverpool that I can understand is a Liverpool that we are creating now.
Yeah.
But the players that we have now is not enough for a whole season and playing for 4 big trophies, starting from FA Cup, the league, the Europa League in Europe, of which I know Chelsea are not in, and the Carling Cup, the Carabao Cup.
So what do you think about from the like with the past 5 games?
All right, let me just make it clear. Like this is the team that I dislike the most. But I'm going to be objective. I'm going to try to be objective, right? For the first 5 games, yeah, I'll be honest. Liverpool, basically, in the same game, you see different phases, like different Liverpool. You see a Liverpool that is being dominated by a side that is clearly, like Liverpool is clearly better than, but they have spells, like they would have times where Liverpool is not playing well. And I'm looking at the other team, because obviously I want Liverpool to lose. I'm looking at the other team, I'm like, this is the time you score. All right, take advantage of it. And then something happens, like you were saying, something happens in the halftime, and then Liverpool, from 45 minutes to like 70 minutes, something different happens, like in these games. Minus the Chelsea game and the Newcastle game. Those games, they had to basically
Grind a point.
grind
Yeah, a
the
point,
whole game, yeah. But minus those games, even against Bournemouth, Bournemouth was
Wolves,
having, they were playing well. They were having chances, like they were stretching the field, switching the balls and against Bournemouth, like Szoboszlai was doing a lot because he had to run a lot, he had to cover a lot.
Exactly.
And then against Wolves, similar. Actually, in the first half, I know everybody would call Maka as the one that was underperforming, and he was.
Yeah.
But even Szoboszlai was losing the ball in the midfield a lot as well. He was being dispossessed, or the passes were not going. The team was just not at it, and Wolves were at it, and Wolves scored. And boy, Matheus Cunha, come on, bro, what are you doing, bro?
the flying striker.
Come on, bro. The ball was right
the
there.
flying
He,
striker.
he anticipated wrongly and he overjumped, and then the ball hit his chest, knee, and just did some weird stuff. And if they had gone up 2-0,
Okay.
I think Liverpool loses this game.
Yeah.
So now they go in the half, they take off Maka, right?
Yeah.
They change the game, they change the team, and Liverpool just looks different. Wolves, you know the psychology of teams, right? Once a team that is better than you starts controlling the game and putting you under pressure, they had the opportunity, like Mario Lamina, you know, these guys,
Yeah.
Gomez, their midfield, right, to calm down. But every time they had the ball, they want to kick it away because the pressure was too much.
Too much. Okay.
And Liverpool became a different team. So, like, overall, I've not seen a consistent Liverpool yet. But yet still, they are, what?
For
Third?
Yeah,
It's
third.
true.
Yeah, third. But
The-
they're
the-
not consistent.
The thing is,
And-
I don't think this Liverpool will keep improving. I don't think.
I think,
I-
unfortunately,
No, I do think
I
they
actually
will
think-
improve.
I don't
this
think-
Liverpool will improve going forward. I
Yeah.
actually think they would improve.
The
But
reason why I'm saying is that they won't improve. The reason why I'm saying is that if the season is okay, we all know that the season is just the start,
Yeah.
the starting point, and then we know the players that we have, they will improve as well, but we don't have squad. We need okay. Before we had Fabinho, Henderson, James Miller, let's say Naby Keita. We had players that when some are underperforming, we bring some fresh legs that
Maturity.
performs. Exactly, maturity.
Mm.
Now
But
we
it doesn't
don't-
apply for Chelsea
Now
either.
now if you take it out, you see, now if you take out Soboslai and McAllister, if you take it out, and Gravenbach, if you take it out, what do you have? You only have Endo, and by then Endo and Thiago are injured maybe.
Okay, great. I would like to I'll disagree with you with this one. I don't want to use the whole injury thing as an excuse, but yes, we have Thiago, who is injured, who is a luxury player. We have Stefan Bajetic,
Yeah,
who is young, but then he is very good.
I think
I'm
I
not
think you should
hyping
tone
him.
down.
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
you should
wait,
tone
I'm
down
not-
a little bit.
no.
I rate him as well. But
Wait, I'm not.
The
Oh,
way you
let me
said
not.
it,
no,
it's
okay,
like
wait.
You're waiting for.
No.
I don't.
You're
rate
waiting
him that
for
much.
Caicedo or something.
No,
like, bro.
I don't know why you're trying to do. I don't know why you're trying to bring it up.
Is he talking about the Caicedo who's injured, the injured one?
Wait, the one who plays with Timberlands as boots?
Oh goodness.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't
Will never be
bring
my
Caicedo.
player.
You heard it here
Okay.
first. You heard it here first.
So-
At some point in his career, give him a year, Caicedo would be the best defensive midfielder in
Okay, you heard it here first. The best. You said that not one of the best, the best.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
So we
we-
have Stefan Bajetic,
Okay.
who just came back from injury.
Okay.
He just got some few minutes in the Europa League. We have Thiago. Yes, we might need some experienced players. But when you take out Soboslai, Maka, Gravenberg, and you don't really rate Endo. Yes, I feel like Endo is not the marquee signing that we wanted or
I rate
we.
Endo.
But
rate
I feel
Endo.
he's
But
good
he has to-
enough. He has the basics. He can do the basics for now.
Yes.
He can do the basics for now. But if you look at our bench in some games, it's quite good.
The bench is good.
Our bench
You
is
have
good.
Jones
I
and
don't
Look,
think
these
our
the
guys
only
are not bad.
yeah, the only
They're
thing
not bad
I
in the
have,
squad.
the only thing I have a
Sometimes
problem with
even
is
Elliott.
our defensive backup.
True.
We don't have defensive backup. That's the only problem. But from the midfield, attacking wise, controlling game one, Elliott comes in and changes a game.
Elliott can change a game. He can score a goal.
Elliott comes in. Most people don't really see Elliott because he doesn't do the whole flashy kind of football. He does the basic. What
No, he's
Rob
really
Watson.
good.
He's
really
like a
good.
mini Bernardo Silva.
Yeah,
in my
he does
opinion. Like,
he's very rapid and he plays
He's not
with
as
the
good. I'm not
passion.
saying him and Bernardo Silva
Yeah,
are
I
the
just
same
say
level.
no. But
he has the attributes to be a player
Yeah.
like that because he has close control and he has a nice shot.
yeah,
He
and I
has
really
nice
like that he plays with
passes.
the passion. He really wants to prove
Right,
himself.
right, true.
He's not like, oh, I know I'm kind of good, so I'll play very like nonchalantly. No, he really plays with passion. I want a starting spot in the Liverpool team, and that's the kind of player I would love. Yes, our defense, we have a Konate injury away of from playing Matip there again or Gomez, but even Gomez has surprised me in some games. So
Gomez is
we are
quote unquote.
come again.
Gomez is always quote unquote.
Yes.
Quote unquote, yeah.
And sometimes
But he's okay to
he's
have.
okay to as a
Yeah.
backup.
Yeah.
So I feel like our defensive part of the game, that's like the DM and the defenders themselves, we need a bit of backup there. Apart from that, I think we are good.
I think in a match or in a league, you have to win it through the DM. We know.
A DM is very important. Everybody
Very
knows
important.
that. I'm not saying that we
Yeah.
are a solid team. I know we have spaces.
Exactly.
I know we have space. I'm just saying that we are not that far off compared to last season where
If you had, all you had to do was get Caicedo, really.
Actually,
Yeah.
actually missing Caicedo.
If you're
what
being
a blessing it is this guy.
Missing
Like how
Caicedo.
Arsenal
If
miss
you're being
Mudryk.
realistic,
Like how Arsenal miss Mudryk and it's a blessing in disguise, yeah? Yeah?
Blessing
It's
is-
not the
That's
same.
a big
It's not-
blessing
Anyone
in
who
disguise.
anyone who goes to Chelsea,
Yeah.
we know where they end.
Like also, so probably I'm not saying Endo will be the Trossard to Liverpool, but it will be probably
Okay, wake up,
Endo will
wake
be
up.
the Trossard to
Wake up,
Liverpool.
wake up, wake up. You're dreaming. You're
Okay.
dreaming. We already knew Trossard was a good player at Brighton. We knew that.
Okay, it could have helped us.
Yeah.
The idea of buying a DM as Caicedo very
Very well. Like
Very,
yeah,
very
definitely, definitely.
This Gravenberch is not a DM.
You
No, no. But I think I don't know.
Don't say it. Don't say it. He can be converted into a. Don't
No,
say it.
not as a ball winning DM. No, but more of like a deep line playmaker. How Jorginho used to be in Chelsea.
So
Yes.
so the idea.
He
That's
has
what
nice
I'm saying.
attributes. Okay,
Yes.
I actually think if we're realistic, Gravenberch, Fabinho was not okay. Fabinho was good at winning the ball at Monaco
Yeah.
anyway, but he was a box to box.
Yeah.
Gravenberch has the attributes, the height, the
The
long
legs.
legs,
Yes.
and
No,
nice
he's
close
not the DM.
control
Control, nice turns in tight
yeah.
spaces.
So
yeah.
maybe the thing is, I feel like he had a better chance of being a defensive midfielder if you had Fabinho. Because
Like
Fabinho can teach him
how
Yeah.
to
the ropes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right
Now we don't have any on
I feel like
Endo.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So-
so what I wanted to say about our players is we lost and we couldn't replace Fabinho, the likes of Fabinho, Henderson, those DM
Come on,
players.
no.
Didn't
Henderson
we-
haven't been replaced.
Have we?
Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai.
A bigger upgrade. The guy is smooth.
McAllister and Szoboszlai are direct replacers. Of,
Guys, what's
of Milner,
can I ask you a question?
of
yeah?
Milner and Keita?
What's
No,
the
not even
position
Milner
of
and Keita.
what's Maka's best position?
8. Yeah.
I feel like Maka is that player who is like just not great at anything, just
He's good at everything.
not everything. Six,
Yeah.
take it out.
Okay,
He's not a good six.
Like even
He
leaving
does-
a
He's not a
low
good
six,
six.
yeah, it's not good.
He
And
has
low
to be a
six.
twin,
like a double pivot.
double
yeah.
pivots.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when he can operate properly. At Brighton, he did that with
Yeah.
Caicedo most of
Yeah.
the time and stuff like. But like
and he's
as a
always
six is
he's
poor.
always effective. He's always effective when he is someone who is behind him. He has someone who is behind him.
Yeah.
That is the time, like even in Argentina, the likes of Enzo
Yeah.
and
His
and,
boss,
and
his boss.
sometimes what's his name? What's the guy from Atletico Madrid?
Depot.
De Paul.
The ball, yeah.
Who are at least backing him.
Yeah, the dirty workers, yeah.
Whenever he misplaces a pass or something, or he loses the ball.
Ball, yeah.
But in Liverpool, whenever he
Because he's the
misplaces a
last
pass-
man at the base
He is
of the
the last
midfield.
man.
His
At the base of the
recovery, his
midfield.
recovery is
Yeah.
very poor.
Yeah.
His recovery is very. When you win the ball from him, you can literally just run
Run,
away
yeah,
from
just
him.
go.
Yeah.
And
He's almost like this guy Enzo when he can't get the ball back.
Yeah, exactly. He can't get the ball back. Yeah, Enzo's like that. So what I wanted to say is
Well,
that
Enzo doesn't really
At
lose
least
the ball
Klopp-
like that. That's the difference. But anyway, continue.
at least Klopp can try to perform this team better than the way they are week in, week out.
Yeah.
And then when we reach January, then we buy.
Well, that's
Complaining
Andre.
so much. You
Yeah.
have 13 points out of
Yeah.
15.
Andre.
Yeah, he comes in and he just shows it up.
I hope we were leading the. we
Right
will
now,
be
it
leading-
seems
we will
like
be leading
things-
the table at that time.
Yeah.
And Chelsea will be in their position.
Yeah, fighting for relegation.
Yeah, fighting for relegation.
Losing to
See,
games,
see,
losing
yeah,
to
yeah.
Nottingham Forest and stuff.
See, the normalcy will eventually come. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like okay, international break has come,
Yeah,
has gone.
yeah.
We've played one game.
Mm-hmm.
and maybe some of the signings have not played yet, some of them have not settled. So the league has not really. Okay, it's a good excuse for me.
Yeah.
The league has not really started yet. Yeah.
Fair.
Okay, but
Has not yet started one.
No, let him learn. Let him learn.
technically,
Let him learn.
like Pep Guardiola said, now all the players, all their kids are now going off to school.
Cool. Yeah.
Right? They have more time to focus in the game than extra stuff.
Yeah.
Right? People are settling in. People who came in are now maybe getting a house, and even when they get the house, they are now settling into their environment, their area. They know where to go.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So now the settled in period comes in. So what I'm trying to say is like Liverpool, the way you've played the first 5 weeks, I cannot completely judge. At the same time, I would say if you keep playing like this, that second half
Would be very.
thing
very-
of coming back and playing better and winning the games, it's not gonna last long.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
true.
you're gonna eventually
for the second
come
half
back.
for the second half of the Premier League.
No, like second. Always
Like
winning the
going
game.
forward now,
Yeah.
if
Going
you
forward
keep
from
playing
after
the same way,
after 10 games, right? After 10 games,
No, he's
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that like conceding
after
first.
these 5 games, the way
Yeah.
you play, if you keep playing the
same
same
way
way,
after conceding first and coming in the second
right?
half.
You're always,
Oh.
even not even conceding first. It's just that the way you play,
Right,
it's like
right.
you're not up for it
no,
until
no, we are out of
club
the
goes
contest.
to the
Yeah.
to the locker room
Exactly.
and yells at everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then-
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you play better oppositions that are not Bournemouth or not Wolves, you catch yourself.
3-0
Wolves,
down.
You should have been 3-0 down in the
Yeah.
first half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my point is that you keep playing like that, eventually the better teams are gonna slap you before you recover.
Okay. Well, that's true. That's true.
Very true.
Okay. Let's quickly go through Arsenal, and we have Spurs to talk about as well. Well, Arsenal, they're everybody's darling boy right now. They have been playing quite good. They are the best team in London right now. They're in Europe. They are like playing the Champions League. Like London is technically red right now, so they are doing good.
I like the fact that
Arteta-
you said technically.
Arteta is really doing well with everything, but I just have this whole issue with the whole what's the name, Raya and Ramsdale issue that we could talk about. So what do you think? Do you think what Arteta did about the Raya and Ramsdale issue is he doing the right thing, like making Ramsdale now the second choice goalkeeper after helping them almost win the Premier League, or you're saying Ramsdale is the reason why they didn't win the Premier League? That's why he's bringing Raya, which fits his style of football.
He's doing wrong. He's doing
Okay.
it wrong. Absolutely wrong. Because for Arteta to sub or bench, for Arteta to bench Ramsdale in a Premier League match and also in a Champions League match is absolutely and like it's not in the context. Why will you bench a player who played for you more than 50 games, and then he has been doing it consistently? He has been
Right.
working
Yeah,
very
he-
hard.
he
Because you want,
brought
And
them.
because you want to go
and
to the
then-
next
let
level.
me
Yeah,
finish,
he
let me
brought
finish.
them to the
Yeah,
Champions League.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of developing such a player to another level, why would you just pop it in a
Raya is a
player
better
like
shot
Raya?
stopper.
And then instead, okay, for me, I
You know,
agree.
he's thinking like how Klopp thinks.
No,
When
for
you
me-
have
no,
you know,
no.
Henderson and this one, you play
That's
them
so
on
loyal.
Yeah,
That's so
loyalty, you know,
loyal. No, no, no.
like oh, you've played
Not-
50
not-
games for me, so
actually,
you
no,
have to
bro.
keep playing.
When
Nah,
when
bro.
when I saw Raya playing against, they were playing against what team? Arsenal and was
The Champions League?
no the last match they played against.
PSV.
No. The
Manchester
Premier League.
United.
Oh.
Pre-
They
okay.
played against Manchester United in
No,
the
no,
Premier League.
no. They
No.
played against.
Everton.
Everton,
yeah.
yeah, very true. Thanks. So when I saw Raya playing Everton, I said, "Oh, Ramsdale will play UEFA Champions League." But when I saw Ramsdale is benched also, I said, like, why is he creating a saga?
No, he's done this before. He's done this before. He did it with a very good shot stopper in Leno.
Okay.
Leno is also a very good keeper for Germany. Actually, he's very good.
So you
but
want-
then, because Ramsdale was better on his feet,
Yeah.
Leno was pushed aside. But Leno was, if you talk about Ter Stegen type of
Yeah.
saves,
So he wants
then-
to sell like Leno now.
No, Leno is-
Ramsdale. He wants
Yeah,
to sell Ramsdale
because
like
Raya
Now
is
Ramsdale
another
is the
great-
second choice keeper. Now he has confirmed it.
Raya,
Raya
is
is
a better keeper than,
first choice.
than Ramsdale.
So for his first choice, he confirmed Raya is number one.
yeah.
yeah.
And Raya, what I read, I mean, I didn't see the whole interview, so I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But Raya was like, Ramsdale has to fight for us.
Yeah, he said
That sounds-
when Ramsdale comes, like if he gets to play, he has to fight for us in the team. So he's actually now throwing the challenge.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's making him to choose Royal?
He's a better showstopper.
Raya is
And
a better
also
goalkeeper.
good and good on
Like
the ball.
overall,
And also
overall,
good,
yeah.
good on the
Actually,
ball.
for me at Chelsea, I remember in the group chats, right? I used to say like, oh, some of the players that we should buy, and I was like, our goalkeeper,
Yeah.
we should get Raya because the guy he can, he's not Alisson level.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Alisson for me is the best goalkeeper right now in the world, but those Alisson assists on the break, yeah, the accuracy on those balls are mad. The way he comes out, he's a smart goalkeeper, and his shot stopping is superior. Even though Ramsdale has some of the best highlights.
Lights, yeah, for the
You know,
cameras,
he
yeah.
has some of the best highlights. Not necessarily all for the cameras. You know, some of them are just normal, good,
Yeah.
good, like really good saves where, you know, he has good reflex. But Raya is just better, whether on the ball or as a shot stopper, even in corners, right? Corners, I think Ramsdale struggles a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he,
he struggles a
yeah.
He comes
Coming
out
for
for
crossing
He
is
misjudges
not
a
bad.
lot. He misjudges a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
his timing and everything like that is poor, and I think Raya is much better from corners and stuff like that. Even though Raya does concede goals, like he's one of the goalkeepers that concede the most goals from afar, like something Kepa-ish.
Yeah,
you
Kepa,
know?
right.
Yeah, but I think overall, I think he's an upgrade,
Okay.
and I think Arteta is choosing to go with the upgrade because there are a lot of times last year that Ramsdale in the title push. So you can talk about 50 games that he played, but Arteta can talk about moments where he let him down.
Yeah.
What I mean here against Man City, right? Against Man City, made a big game mistake. Is it against Southampton? There were lots of times when towards the back end, you know, Ramsdale will make a silly mistake, like uncanny, like you've been playing well and then you just make a mistake.
Yeah.
So for me,
Okay. All right. I think Arsenal are living up to that.
and I'm happy they
hype.
took Havertz. Let's be honest.
Yeah. He's a flop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to add about the thing Arsenal Arteta is doing now. It might hunt him later, sooner rather than later, is because he's playing Partey, Declan Rice, in front of them Havertz. No. Not Partey is out. He plays with Declan Rice, Havertz, then Odegaard. I don't think Havertz should be there. Partey should be there instead.
Yes.
Well, he plays, well, for some of the games, he played Partey
Rice-
as right back and
Rice-
then makes Partey inverted.
Rice,
to
Partey,
Inverted,
Odegaard.
yeah.
Yeah, Rice, Partey, Odegaard. That's the best lineup an Arsenal
It's
can
the
win.
best lineup, but I don't.
Yeah.
I
He
think
will not
Rice
use it.
Rice is doing the job. I don't think they're missing Partey at the moment. I don't think.
No,
they're missing.
he's just trying to say like
No,
the,
it's
the
good
Havertz
on
being-
the
yeah.
on the thing, but even without Partey,
Yeah, they
I
don't
don't think
miss
they're
him right
missing
now.
him.
Yeah.
I don't think they're missing him.
A little bit, but
I don't
I
think they're missing
disagree.
But
I still
it will
think.
come a time. It will come a time that
no,
will miss
they
him.
need Partey. It's not like
They-
Partey is also
Partey, Rice.
yeah, they need Partey Rice.
Odegaard.
No, yes, it's,
That would be that's the
it's-
best
it's-
midfield
it's
I
the
think they
best-
can
It's
put.
the best
Yeah.
midfield, but I think they're going for. He's trying to force in Kai.
Okay.
But Rice being there makes it hard to miss what Partey brings.
Okay.
I don't think so. And also, my justifier to that is that Arsenal, we know, when you saw Arsenal last season, you saw
Yeah.
them play infectious football. Like, basically, they just come at you
Bam, bam, bam.
with
Yeah.
some viciousness, right? This year, they're not really the same. They
Yeah.
don't look the same. So, it's still, let's see.
Yeah, it's still
If-
early.
Can they go long periods, like not 1-2 games, right? Can they go long periods without Partey and Declan Rice is the sixth, and they play good teams that would press up high against Arsenal? Fulham did that a bit, right? But press up high against Arsenal, and let's see, can Declan? I keep saying, You know, he's not a great ball, like when the ball comes to his feet, like scanning and all that stuff. So I want to see when he's been pressed and everything like that. Can he get out of the press? Can he dictate how the play goes so that they can get out of the press as a six consistently in the Premier League? So I want to see it over period, not after 5 games.
I think he's good under pressure, especially when he was coming from West Ham. They are usually under pressure, and he has to be.
No, that's a
Setback.
different way.
That's a different one.
Under
Okay.
Because he has to beat people
No.
to make the run.
No,
And
that's a
Declan Rice
drive.
is good.
No. Ball carrying. Okay,
He's
Declan
good.
Rice can be good at
Yeah,
ball carrying,
he's
but
good.
I'm talking about like you have players who are quality around you, where all you have to do is scan and know where the next pass
Pass
should
it.
be.
Yeah. So
and
after the
play
ball comes, you just lay it off.
Yeah, and you sit.
So let's go to their neighbors, because Spurs, I don't think we have much to say, but how infectious their new coach is, the style of play, how they're playing, how we expected them to miss Harry Kane, but they seem not to be missing him. They are really doing well. They are flying under the coaching of Ange. What do you guys think?
The coach has really settled down well, especially in the attacking football, with the way he's trying to he even said he's trying to copy Pep in the way they play.
Yeah.
But he's playing very good attacking football with Madison and Kulusevski and Richarlison trying to get back his form.
Yeah.
And if those guys start clicking, Tottenham will be a problem.
They are one to look out for, because they are really surprising me. They are really playing exciting football. Let's be quick with this one, the top 6 predictions. If we don't need to break it down, just give me your top 6 predictions. So GQ, what are your top 6?
Why you come to me first? No.
Okay. Who wants to go first? Okay, Haj.
For my top 6, City
All right.
will win the 4th time
Okay.
in a row.
All right.
The way I see.
Okay.
Second will be Arsenal.
All right.
Third will be Liverpool.
Okay.
And 4th will be. This is a difficult one. JQ is looking at me.
Yes.
Spurs.
Ooh.
Me?
Okay.
And then
Fifth,
5th,
yeah.
5th, and 6th will be Newcastle 5th. If they go far in the Champions League,
Mhm.
they will finish 5th.
Okay.
But if they don't go far, they go to Europa League, they are out of the contest.
Okay.
So my 6th position will be no chance. United.
Okay. All right. Noma.
My 6.
Yeah.
Hey, I even forgot United. That means United have been really bad. My 6 are Liverpool,
Okay.
City, Arsenal.
Wait.
Spurs.
How
that-
are you going?
is that-
In what order?
As
So
winner,
Liverpool
yeah.
are the winners.
Yeah.
Liverpool. Oh, that's
Goodness.
interesting.
Go
Okay.
again.
Liverpool,
Okay.
City, Arsenal, Spurs. I put Brighton, Newcastle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. GQ.
That's interesting. So you actually rate Brighton over your team.
After that,
Anyway, we made a bet, yeah?
Yeah.
You haven't paid me. Please send me the money.
Oh yes, yeah, the
Remember
bet.
the
Yeah, I have a
bet?
video of the
Yeah,
bet. Yeah, send him.
I
remember
told,
to
I,
send
told,
the
I
money.
told you Brighton was gonna whoop you.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
Okay, your top 6.
let's make another bet of Aston Villa beating Chelsea.
First he has
Oh.
to pay. He has to pay first of all.
You have to pay first.
Let him
Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true. He wants to beat
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. My top 6.
Yeah.
City, number 1.
Yeah.
Arsenal 2. Number 3 was very difficult for me to choose who. Liverpool.
I like it. I like it.
Number 4 is gonna shock y'all.
Mhm.
Number 4, Brighton.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Number 4, Brighton. Number 5, Chelsea. And number 6, Newcastle.
So
No Spurs.
United.
No United.
United has no chance.
No United. No United and Spurs. They've been good. I want to see. I feel like they're just too open, and at some point they're gonna be. Teams will figure them out. Right now,
Mm.
you know, it's that effect of one. a new coach, and I think
Okay,
everybody's playing against them, not knowing what Spurs come with. I think after a while they're going to play low block. Teams are going to play low block and counter.
All right.
And I think they can be gone.
Okay, I went for City, and the second and third it was quite difficult, but Liverpool second, Arsenal third, and from fourth to sixth was a hectic one. So I went United fourth, Brighton fifth, and Chelsea sixth. It could change. Those three, any could change, because I'll start with those three for a while. So that's my top six. Okay, so that brings us.
No, the top scorer. Do we
Oh yeah.
Do we have to waste our time with the top scorer?
The top scorer. We already know who the top scorer is gonna be.
Is
the
there
top
anybody
scorer
who
will
will compete? Okay, that's a better question.
Salah.
Who will compete versus Haaland?
Salah can try it.
Salah is more of a creator now.
Salah
He
has given
unless
a role.
he changes his mind, like okay, let me start scoring again. Now,
Yeah, I think
No,
Salah
no.
is just passing because he has to pass. But though they are
No,
good
he's
passes,
given different role.
Yeah.
it's not a different role. He's just not
Different
found
role.
it's
himself
not
in
more of a
that
different role. He
position.
just
He's not found
finding
himself
in
that
the goal
position.
scoring positions. Yeah,
So who do you say?
Or
is
people are
the-
marking him better because they know.
how he is.
How
Yeah,
he
so
is.
he now just lays off the
so
ball.
who will compete with Haaland?
For me, Salah is the closest. Or Son, if he's really.
I don't think Son would. I don't. Salah is it's a good shout, but I doubt.
For me, the way I see, Salah is given different role.
Yeah.
He's far away from the goal post,
Okay.
and he was given the chance. Have you seen the Diaz assist?
Yeah,
It's
against
far
Chelsea. Yeah.
No,
So
that
he's
was
given-
because he had no
Not
other.
only
he
that
had
one.
no
Not
other
only
option.
that one. Let me tell you. Not only that one. But Salah, starting from last season, as far as we signed Nunes, Salah's position is shifted as like a winger that always so close to the
Touch
goal
line.
post,
Yeah.
to a winger that is so wide.
No,
So the way I'm choosing still, and I'm not saying the closest person who can compete the good scoring position is Salah, but the number one is Haaland still.
Okay.
yeah, number one. But I think the Salah thing is
My choice.
People,
What's your choice, ZQ?
My choice is Son.
Okay.
They play too fluid. They create chances.
All right.
Yes, Madison.
Okay. The last difficult question of the day would be Player of the Year.
Haaland, he's going to reach 30 goals again. There's no debate. There's no.
I don't think he's going to break last season's record that he did. He's not going to break it.
Okay.
I have no doubt that he might. Okay, not that I have no doubts. It's not like, but is he gonna hit 30 again? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. My thing is, I feel like this time around, let the people who make the choice, let them pay attention. The best player at City is Rodri, guys. It is Rodri.
All right.
He should be the best player. Last year, he is the best player now. And if they win again and they do whatever
He's still the
run,
best-
he
yeah.
should be the player of the year.
Yeah,
How?
I agree.
How?
He does everything.
What is everything? Passing the ball right.
What do you mean passing the ball right?
Passing the ball right is not harder than
He
scoring
plays
86
centre back.
goals.
He plays centre back. He plays DM. He plays CM.
Yes,
And
you may
He
Like,
makes
play so many po-
he makes sure that any deficiencies in the city's
It's
game,
corrected.
he covers it. He
and
covers
Haaland
it.
makes it easier for him.
Do you know? Do you know?
What?
Do
When
you know?
have a guy who
do you know-
score a hat trick for
do you know this-
Don't you think as a defender you feel more
Wait,
relaxed?
did you what game did they play? Who did they play last in the Premier League?
Was it? I think it was Sheffield United.
Chef, did you watch the game?
No, I never watched that game.
Haaland was terrible.
No,
He was
I-
missing sitters.
Yes.
Empty sitters.
That's
No. It was West Ham.
That
Was it
yeah,
West
they
Ham?
played West Ham. They played
It
West
was
Ham.
Sheffield.
They played West Ham when they
one
did the
that
comeback.
He scored, right?
No, they play West Ham.
The
They
one
played
that-
West Ham.
West Ham,
Haaland
West
scored
Ham.
the last
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Haaland
yeah.
scored the last goal.
Yeah, you
They
were
play West
Sheffield
Ham.
plays
Sheffield
Tottenham.
United.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not refusing
The one
what
Rodri
Rodri.
scored or the one
The one Rodri scored is Sheffield.
Sheffield, yeah.
I'm not refusing what Rodri does is exceptional. But when you've got a guy that will score you a hat trick, it makes it much easier for a team to play. When you know that somebody is going to make the scoreline, already with Haaland, the scoreline is 2-0 up. As Zidane used to say, when you're playing with Ronaldo, the score is already 1-0 because automatically per game they are going to give you a goal.
Can I
That
give you a
gives you
comeback?
as a player or as teammates easier self to express
Yeah,
yourselves.
yeah.
Goals makes it easier for you to express yourself.
Can I?
Okay.
My
So,
comeback to
yeah.
that is City also hardly concede a goal. City concedes less than one goal a game.
Yes.
So as a striker, right, you can afford to miss sitters.
Yes, I get that one. Yes, that one. Yes.
And the ball does not only arrive in the box; it has to arrive there by some way. And
But
everything
yeah.
else in the game is practically done by Rodri. And basically, what Haaland does, Haaland is basically the cleaning.
but not
he's
creative.
the cleaning lady.
He doesn't
Yeah.
do the creating.
He's at the right
He
place
doesn't
at the
do the
right
creating.
time.
Okay,
He doesn't do the creating. And the
way-
thing is, even when the scoreline is 0-0, that's when maybe you can say the game is more tense because the game is in the balance.
So
Per se.
here.
Yeah,
Say.
but Man
So
City
now-
Man City will score multiple goals. Of course, they rely heavily on Haaland, but without Haaland, we have seen they score multiple goals.
Yes.
Right. Without Rodri, we know they missed the Champions League final against the, you know.
Haaland was also, you can also argue to say Haaland was also not there.
Okay, but Rodri was on the team and they didn't play him. And then the we've seen Man City without Haaland
And-
win games with
Yes.
Alvarez.
Yes.
But
So it's not like
and
goals
City will
come,
not
goals
win-
come.
City will
Okay,
not
for
win without
for
Rodri.
for
They'll
Noma,
still
I haven't seen it.
They all win.
Noma.
I
Because
the
they
way-
won the 5-piece. Rodri was in that team when they won the 5-piece, right?
Okay, here it is. Here it is.
They've all the 5 trophies that England have. Okay, the Community Shield, FA Cup, League, and
Okay, I get what you mean. I
So
get what you
City
mean.
will still be at the end of everything. Them
Of
just
course,
losing
yeah.
a final does not mean because Rodri was.
No. I'm not saying if they take Roger out, they won't win games. They'll probably finish second but I'm saying if you take Haaland out of this team, I
Yes,
think City will still win the
I
league.
think
If you
if
take Rodri
I
out,
think
I
it's
feel
like
like
hard to
I feel like
replace Rodri.
Arsenal
It will be
becomes.
hard, yeah.
I feel like Arsenal becomes first.
Yeah.
You can say that, but City will still win the league even without. Rodri. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we have been arguing a lot because maybe the way I understand
The player of the year.
the player of the year is different.
So who is
Okay,
your
for
player
me,
of the
For
year?
me, the player of the year is a player who has an impact to a team by winning points and avoiding defeats.
Then Haaland wins
Then-
you at that.
Okay, let me finish. For Rodri, he has been scoring decisive goals, and up to now he does it.
Yeah.
And he gave his defense an opportunity to play out wide. We have seen even some of the what's his name, Diaz.
Yeah.
Diaz will take the ball all the way from his keeper to the attack, just knowing that Rodri is behind
There's
him.
safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's safety. And then when you give the player of the year to Haaland, Haaland came to City and he did an impact. He scored more than 40 goals, and that's the reason why we gave him. That's the reason why we gave him player of the year.
Yeah.
So I think Salah was given also at some point that he scored more than 40 goals.
Yeah.
So for a player, he has to cause an impact to a certain team and make them extraordinary. And for me, my player of the year, with that definition, my player of the year prediction will be Julian Alvarez, whereby
Yeah.
he will be having a lot of assists and he will score more goals than last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys. This has been a wonderful talk. And that brings us to the end of today's podcast. Hope you catch us next time. And remember, this is the Other Time podcast. I've been your host, Aiden, and I'm here with Haj, Noma, and GQ. Thank you guys for coming to have this conversation with me, and I'll see you next week. Okay.